Alright, so let's talk squat mobility and how important mobility is for your workouts, and just talking about kind of what you should think about when you train and kind of how to essentially get the most out of your programming, out of your own workouts, squats, bench, and deadlifting, and just getting stronger and preventing injury, of course, and making sure you don't get re-hurt if you've been hurt before. I have a video I made of an exercise I made up with the hip circle that I just came up with in my gym. We got this huge stairs, kind of stair monstrosity thing I want to share with you. So I'll have you watch this video right now and take a look at it.
So I'm going to show you a really cool exercise for your butt to work your glutes using the hip circle. We got this awesome monstrosity called we call it Big Red here at UFC Gym. And I kind of want to show you how I use it. I just discovered a really cool way to work your glutes and get ready for squats, but also a good way to work your clients. So what you do is you get the band. And just like doing the monster walk, you're walking like this. But this time what you're going to do is you're going to do it up the stair. You're going to focus on keeping your feet out very, very wide. Just like that.
So the reason why I showed you this video in the first place was because without any mobility, without any foam rolling, without any sort of stretching of any kind, no Kelly Starrett stuff, after doing that drill a few times, I was able to squat below parallel. Typically that's very difficult for me to do. I usually can squat just a little bit above parallel in the morning. I tend to be very, very stiff with a lot of mobility issues. And one of the things that come to mind when I think about training, I train other people and I talk about coaching and just kind of getting the most out of training, especially with squats, is the difficulty is being able to be mobile enough. People always will say that my mobility sucks, and lots of different things suck in their body as far as not being able to perform movements like you should. And it sort of hit this little light bulb in my head. I was thinking, you know what I'm missing? The thing that most people are missing, that I'm missing, is proper muscle activation. And a lot of the time when we are trying to get the most out of working out, like for example squats, and we can't get to the bottom, or we can't get to the bottom in the best position, or we can't hold a front rack, or we can't hold the bar on our back in a back squat low bar position. I can't get tight enough in the shoulder blades, not getting enough external rotation in the shoulder. All these little variants, can't get the shoulder blades far back enough and whatnot, can't keep the core tight. A lot of this has to do more with a motor control and strength. And what I mean by that is a lot of time people will spend so much time rolling and stretching, and really the stretching is really not the necessarily important parts. Of course, mobility has its place. It'll help prevent bottlenecks like in your movement, but here's a very oversimplified analogy on how I want you to look at mobility moving forward. Is essentially think of it like this: you have a car that's going up a hill, or a truck going up a hill with a certain amount of horsepower, right? And then you have the road. It's going up a very steep incline. And think of the road or the path as sort of like the tightness in your body, the restriction. So think of it as if you are tighter in the muscles, that means you're at a steeper incline, right? It means in order for you to get your hands over your head or squat ass to grass or close to hitting proper depth, for say for powerlifting or for squats for whatnot, the biggest problem that people have is essentially not having the strength, motor control, or combination of both to be able to go up this hill. In this case, in the case of using this analogy. So what you do by what stretching does, it allows you to lower the resistance for your ability to get there. So for example, if you can't hit depth, or you can't get your hands completely over your head for, let's say, a snatch, or not have good stable position, you'll stretch that. That helps decrease that incline so that you're able to essentially make it easier for your muscles, being the car or your body, to be able to move up the hill or perform a certain action. The other way of looking at it too is improving the car itself. That is actually you, or the engine, or the nervous system, to the muscles, the joints. Think about the muscles and the brain, the nervous system, to be able to actually perform the movement. Because the big part of being able to squat to the bottom is also being able to have the strength to get there. And what I mean by getting the strength to get there, that means being able to screw your feet into the ground, push your knees out just far enough to allow your body to drop below them, depending on your hip size, your hip width, and your morphology. And these are the things you want to kind of think about. What prompted me to make this video is that after I did that drill, I was able to squat to below parallel, and it was sort of weird. It was almost like magic. The other thing that was magical, I showed Nassit, one of my coworkers, is a trainer there also at UFC Gym, and he did it just two or three times, and he was able to hit the bottom, and he was like, holy crap, I've never been able to do that. That shit was legit. I basically sold him the hip circle. He's going to get one now. But you know, I know people don't have access to stairs, and I know people may have some questions, but it's kind of like I want you to get the conceptual. I'm essentially trying to get you to see my viewpoint of the world when it comes to the human body and movement. And that's kind of what my channel is really about. It's really about this kind of this amazing tool we have, which is our body, our muscles, our joints, and learning how to navigate it as best we can. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment below. I'd like to make some more videos of this. I also like to start a Q&A series because I'm running out of interesting stuff to make content about, which is why I haven't put a video up in a while. So anyways, if you like and have an idea or have a question for me that I can ask in a Q&A, please list them below. I don't expect to get a lot of them right away, but I would like to collect them and then put them all in one video. Anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys on the next video.